What's up? It's Pilot Wannabe here, and we're on the ground in Bella Coola, British Columbia. It's at night, in the rain, on a runway without lighting, and we are going for it. I like to think we'll be aided by the fabulous GTN 750. Should keep me out of trouble. And away we go. We're all set up. And let's see, let's bring in full mixture, and we will take off the brakes. And roll in with full power. Let's hope everything goes okay. Alright, it's 50 knots, 55, we should be able to rotate, and we can. Okay, let's keep it at 500 feet a minute here for a while. This is really creepy without any lighting going on here. Okay. I'm not even sure when we're going to break through the clouds or this weather. I think I am going to fly by hand for now, and we'll see how it goes. I want to grab some sky. We're at 700 feet and climbing. Okay, let's pull in the flaps. Okay, we'll pull back our prop pitch to 2400, and we're going to pull back to power, climb power. It's about 23 inches of mercury. It's a pretty serious wind. I haven't done anything silly like lift the doors open. Nope, that's not the case. Alright. So, I have... IMC. Keep her steady. Okay. We should climb some more, I guess. That's it. We're going too fast. That's what all the sound is about. Should trim this sucker out. Okay. Come on. Oh, jeez. No visual reference. Dropping like a stone. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Okay, alright. Now we're surrounded by I see. It's nice right there. Okay. Keep climbing. All right. I think I have her trimmed. 500 feet. Certainly not on runway heading anymore. I think I should make a slightly. Just increase my climb. Wow, this is stressful and creepy. I'm thinking I should have consulted some charts with the departure procedures. It's not good. There we go. Use the GTN properly. Stay in the mountain valley. And keep this climb going. Need some serious sky. Fly down the valley. That's what we'll do. Okay, we'll keep 1,000 feet going for a while. Autopilot and heading and come on and arm that. It's not working. Press and hold as I recall. There we go. There's runway heading. 900 feet. Should be alright. Dialing down slightly. Okay. Whew. Okay. Landing and taxi lights can go off. I think that's what they were. Yep. Put our strobe on. And we seem to be out of the soup. That nasty stuff. Okay. That does not look pleasant. I bet this is spectacular in the daytime. But not right now, that's for sure. Okay, let's give it some more power. Let's lower the nose. Course. This is so disorienting. I can totally see why there's a need for instrument training for sure. Come on. I'm trying to trim her out. Okay, we gotta add in some power because we've been climbing. Let's pull back on the props. I mean the mixture. Let's get it leaned out, behaving properly. Okay, I think we're doing all right. Let's see where our heading is at. Get a little correction here. And we can put this back on in heading mode. And all should be well, except for the following terrain features here. Okay. If we go slightly east of east, we should be able to intercept our flight plan. Now we seem to be out of danger. Oh, look at this. Scary and creepy all at the same time. Okay. God. Will I even survive this flight? Well, if I'm still here in 2 hours, we'll know. Okay. We are climbing at 700 feet. Healthy rate. Airspeed is just over 100 knots. Doing good. Can feed in a little bit more power. Keep this climb going good. Okay. Increase the climb rate, I think. A couple hundred feet. Okay, RPM 2400. Fuel flow is high. Engines are almost maxed out. Well, they are maxed out now. And manifold pressure still in the green. What have we got over here? Engine temperature and pressure, vacuum and amperage. It's all okay. Airspeed's still looking good. Okay, dare we go outside and take a look? That is so creepy. Okay, I'll be flying into or out of Bella Coola anymore at night. Okay, so we're almost ready to intercept our flight plan. Okay, we're on the GPS, just gonna hit nav. Come on. Okay, there we go. Oh, creepy mouse interaction. Okay, so we're turning into the flight plan. And now we're firming up on it. We are at 9,200 feet and climbing. Airspeed is dropped to 90. Should be okay. see. Except snow-capped granite. Man. I'd have to reschedule this flight again for daylight hours. Should be spectacular. Especially with the Orbx scenery for Bella Coola and the Pacific Northwest. Not to mention FTX Global and Vector. Should all be good. Okay, we have blown past 10,000. Okay. I haven't flown this A2A Cessna 182 in a while, and this autopilot takes a little getting used to. I have been flying the Real Air Duke Turbine. Now that's a fun aircraft to fly. Okay, so as we are descending 500 feet a minute down back to 10,000 feet, our speed is increasing. There's a 13 knot headwind. Not too bad. Could be much worse. Alright, let's see what we can do for here. Alright, I think I would like to make this the active leg. Do a little shortcut. There we go. This could be a long flight. Shave a little time off if we can. Okay, we'll be flying through a second where the minimum safe altitude is 14,000 feet. This aircraft is not pressurized, nor does it have oxygen. So I'm going to stay at 10,000 feet, and those peaks should be on our right. Our flight path should not take us too close to those peaks at all, but we've got the handy GTN here to give us some guidance. I don't think that'd be recommended in real life to put your life in the hands of the GTN like that. Proper flight planning is paramount. Pressure is 3011, but you have to manually put it in here. 3011. There we go. Now the autopilot will take us to the appropriate altitude. Some practice on my Cessna 182 Skylane. It's a fun plane to fly, but I am out of practice. But with the GTN installed, it's even more reason to fly. So we are at our cruising altitude, and it is going to be a long flight. So I'm going to end the video here, and I'll start it back up again if and when anything interesting happens. Alright, bye for now. Okay, we're back. Pilot 1B here. We're still on our way to Boundry Bay, Vancouver, having left Bella Coola, British Columbia. And after a harrowing takeoff and ascent, we are cruising at 10,000 feet. And I mentioned previously there are 14,000 foot peaks along the way. And because we don't have oxygen or pressurization, we're going to stay at 10,000. But if we notice here, that red indicates terrain that is above our present altitude. So, with a scale of 15 nautical miles, I would say about 30 miles in distance, just off to our right, are those dangerous peaks. And there's some here, but they are not as high as we are. So we're okay. Looks like something's right there. That looks about possibly 30 miles away. Big mountain like that. Anyway, we shall see how it goes. Prepared to put her on autopilot and steer in between the peaks if necessary. Hopefully that won't be the case. Anyway, as we approach, if anything interesting happens, I will let you know. Oh, that peak looks higher than we are. On the left. Apparently, it is not. Okay. This looks kind of creepy. Does. Alright, so I'll come back if it looks like anything interesting is going to happen. Signing out again for now. Okay, we're back, and those peaks are directly off to our side almost. There they are. Yeah. It's an additional 4,000 feet to get out there. But that's the only scary terrain along our path. We should be clear sailing after this. Yeah. Then afterward, we will be over sea level, mostly. Except for right at this moment. Let's go outside and take a look. Doesn't look like 4,000 feet of difference, but I'll take them at their word. Actually, it's not 14,000 feet difference. It's the Sky Vector sectional said that minimum safe altitude was 14,400 feet. So, probably at least 1,000 above. So, 13.4 perhaps, or thereabouts. Yeah, glacier down there. Okay, so I'm going to check out once again, and I'll be back should anything interesting happen. Okay, bye for now. Okay, and we're back with our crazy dangerous flight from Bella Coola to Boundry Bay, British Columbia. We've just crossed over the Comox NDB, and there's a Comox there. And we are on our way to Nanaimo, and we're flying down the strait, whose name I do not know, but perhaps the answer is here. If we zoom in, sometimes it names bodies of water, rivers and such. But here's our position, and we are between it used to be called the Queen Charlotte Island, I think, but now it's called Haida? Not sure. I'm gonna have to check the map references for that. But there's Comox in our review mirror, and right here we got Nanaimo, and from there we're going to make a straight shot to the Vancouver excuse me, the Vancouver VOR, which is only 5 miles from Boundary Bay. So everything is looking good, except we've got a low fuel light on the right, and let's see if we can get it to give us any precise amount of fuel. It's not, but we have enough fuel to make it. If we bring up our A2A, I don't know what to call this thing exactly. It says we're fuel economy, we're burning 9.2 gallons per hour, and we have an endurance of 1 hour and 47 minutes, and we don't need that much. So let's go to the flight plan, and we are 65 miles out from our destination, so we're good. Okay, so I think what I can do right now is plan my descent, and I have turned on flight following, but I don't really know what proper altitudes are, because this is a crazy flight that's unscheduled, unplanned, and not following any rules. So I want to get down to, let's say, 3,000 feet at YVR. Okay, so we'll go to utilities, vertical calculator, and we are going to say our target is YVR, and we want to be at 3,000 feet. And yep. And our descent profile will be let's say 1,000 feet per minute. I'm going to turn on display messages, and so we are going to commence our descent in 16 minutes. Okay. So I shall rejoin you in about that time. Until then. Okay, we are back. We're about 5 minutes from top of descent, and we've just turned inbound excuse me, to YVR. So let's give a listen to the Addons at Boundary Bay. Okay, so altimeter is 3003 and runway 25 is in use. So let's see what we can do with that. It's a load of procedure, and we don't have a procedure for runway 25. Huh. Okay, well, we'll just have to go in the general area and go visual. Set course to 070. Okay. So let's try that again. Runway 07, runway 30, RNAV. Okay. No runway 25. Okay. How interesting. Okay, shouldn't be a big deal. It's pretty good visually outside. I guess that's Nanaimo behind us. And we're crossing the Strait of St. George. And making our way over to the lower mainland. We're in a course of 070 for the Vancouver VOR, YVR, and which is directly in line with runway 25 and 07. So we are pretty much set up, although offset somewhat, to do a downwind for runway 25. So, I don't think it'll be a big deal. I've landed here before. I'm a little bit familiar with the area. We are just waiting on when we can begin our descent. In a minute and 42. Okay. As they say, we can start it now at 800 feet a minute. Okay, so let's do that. Let's go down to 3,000 and go minus 800, and we'll pull back on the props to get the bottom of the green arc, and pull back on the power. Get it at the bottom of the green arc. And that should set us up for a nice descent. And we're at 800 feet per minute. Okay. And because we're descending, let's go ahead and put our landing lights on. Taxi lights on now. And our indicated speed is about 130 and falling. It looks like it's stable. Our speed over the ground is 146 knots. Okay. Alright. So we're doing good. Mostly over the water, although it's hard to see with these clouds. That right there is the Vancouver airport. That's the stock scenery. I don't have anything installed for that. And off in the distance there somewhere is Boundry Bay. We're still some distance out. We're 14 and a half miles from the YVR and another 5 miles to Boundary Bay. So we're 20 miles out, and our vision is just not that good at this distance. So let's give it another listen, make sure everything's still the same. Okay, so our information is largely the same. Well, exactly the same, actually. And still no airport in the distance, although it should be directly in front of us. Yeah, the airspace around here is a little complicated, given the international airport and numerous other airports in the area, not to mention the U.S. border. I think next time I'll file an IFR flight and let ATC guide us around. Yeah, it's been a pretty harrowing flight. Well, it was in the beginning. Hopefully this will be much calmer. Okay, it's looking a little boring right now, so I will join you shortly once we have something more interesting going on, like the runway. Oh, look at that. No need. There is our airport. And this is runway 07 and 25, and we're going to make a right-hand visual approach and come on in. Okay, so let us verify. I think the airport is largely at sea level. Elevation of 6 feet, it is. Okay, so we are going to set our altitude for 1,500 feet. Okay, and maybe give it an extra 900 feet per minute, get us down just a little bit quicker. Okay, I think the U.S. border is right here, which might explain why that area is so built up. Alright, so we are, how should we say, sterile cockpit at this point. Yes. Alright, so landing lights on. Let's go mixtures to full. Well, almost to full. Let's go full on the props, and that finer pitch should act to slow us down somewhat if we reduce the power enough. And it's not. Okay, don't want to speed up. Alright, we'll leave it right there. And we've got the power pulled up mostly. So the physics of this thing is amazing. I've got the power almost all the way back. Let me put it back to idle. Okay, so I have it at idle, and because of our speed in our descent, it's turning the props at almost 2,000 RPM, and starting to ease off on that now. So I'm going to put a little bit back in. As our speed start to fall off. Okay. Yes, sterile cockpit again. Okay, so we are. Should we stop doing that? Okay, we're 2 miles out from the YVR, so we're about 7 miles from runway 07, but that is not our runway. So I am going to go into heading mode. before I do that, let me, yeah, we're going to offset a little bit. Okay, we're going to put back the yoke so you can see what's happening more readily. Okay. So, we're going to bring her around. We are going to join the right-hand downwind. So if this was a VFR flight, we'd probably call out Boundary Bay traffic. Cessna Skylane is entering right-hand downwind for runway 25. Boundary Bay traffic. Something like that. I am pretty weak on my voice communication. You're going to have to practice up with the little VATSIM on that. And those episodes are to come. Okay, 1,000 to go. We're at 2,500 feet. I think this will work out real nice. Okay. So I am prepared to go. Take control here. Alright, I just put the mixture in the full. Okay. And we can save the prop adjustment for later. We're still descending at a healthy rate, 700 feet. With the runway in view, I'm going to set this at 25. We're gonna go. There we go. So we should get a nice indication. Okay, so we're at 1,500 feet. Let's level off. Okay. Speed is okay. And let's see here. We're almost at midfield. We should let her descend a little bit more to 1,000 feet above traffic pattern altitude. It's probably 1,000 feet, so descend her some more. To help us do that and slow down, we're going to put in 1 notch of flaps, 10 degrees flaps. And we got to trim her out. There we go. Okay, that beeping was we're more than 200 feet from our assigned altitude of 1,500 feet. So it's beeping us to let us know we're off. Okay. Let's go back and have a look. Oh, we're okay. Still got some altitude to lose. Okay, we're at 1,100 feet. 1,000 feet coming up. I think we shall continue this rate of descent. Maybe a little bit less as we get our speed down. Should be at about 80 knots shortly. And this big turn of ours will help us bleed that speed, although it's mostly gone already. turning right base. We should be perpendicular to our intended runway. Like that. Alright, we're looking good. Alright. Okay, we are at 500 feet. Okay. We've got a ways to go. Okay. So let's put in a little bit more power. And let's go the second notch of flaps, 20 degrees. Let's keep that airspeed up. Alright. And we'll bring it in for an alignment with runway 25. And there's no VASI or PAPI, so we'll just do it with the sight picture. And I would say we are a little high at this point, at 500 feet. That's okay. Let's get our speed down a little bit more. We should be touching down at about 70 knots. But getting down and slowing down is a little bit contradictory. But we're okay. We don't need to do any side slipping or anything like that. So let's back off the power considerably. Alright, sight picture looks good. I think we're on profile for a good landing. 400 feet per minute descent. At about coming up 75 knots, 70 knots. Okay. It's looking good. Let's trim her out. Whoa. It's hard to fly with one hand. Got the other on the throttle. Okay. There we go. Okay. I like that touchdown. It's good. And I forgot to feed in the full props. Should have done my more complete final check. Okay. Alright, here's our turn off here. Taxiway Charlie. This point, we'd stop, clean up the aircraft. Okay, so let's bring our flaps up. Strobes can go off, landing lights can go off, and we are now in our transponders in ground mode. And let's see. Flaps, lights, and we wouldn't go to ground unless we were given permission to do so. And but we would inform tower that we are now clear of the active, and at this point they probably transfer us over to ground and get instructions for parking. And I can see my buddies right over here, so let's go see them. Oop, wrong bouton. Okay, parking brake off, and let's feed in a little power, get ourselves rolling, let's go park. So this is the Boundary Bay Airport, and home of shows like, what is the name of that show? forgotten the name of the show. It's a Canadian-based show on general aviation. It's really good, and hopefully it will come to me in the next moment or so. Take a look around outside. Okay, so I didn't bump into anything, and I think parked it somewhat respectably. All right, let's take care of business, so to speak. All right, taxi lights can go off, nav lights can go off, pedo lights can go off. Let's turn off our dashes. At it, give a little floodlight. Radios can go off. And avionics master can go off. And pull out the mixture. Mags off. Beacon off. Master off, and close the fuel line. And put in the control lock. Then we can pitot cover, empty plane, tie downs, wheel chocks. Okay, I think we're good. All right. So here we are, my friends are waiting. I got myself a ride, and it's time to enjoy Vancouver and the Lower Mainland. All right, thanks for joining me on this crazy impromptu flight. More flight planning to be baked into future flights. That's a promise. All right, Pilot Wannabe signing out. Have a great day.